Hello everyone, Maurice and welcome to Tanks Invest, talk about investing, finance, professional development. For today's video, terms only. The investment I'm going to talk about today will be Ethereum ticker ETH. I know it's my second video that I'm posting again today. As I'm recording at 3:17 p.m., I just basically want to do a little bit of a recap and a live update, if you may, right, on what we're percolating towards as the equity market closes today, right? And with respect to the more of updated news, right, we got a little bit more positive news that comes out. But obviously, with the weekend affectation that has kind of mixed into the mixture of the ingredients that we're looking at right now for Ethereum, we're kind of trading around like the $2018, that about 2.07%. And with some of the news that I read during lunchtime, it's really combined with a couple of like positive slash neutral type of news. One is with respect to Reddit deploys a layer 2 solutions aimed at scaling Ethereum based community points. And with respect to the layer 2 solution, it's basically trying to scale as Ethereum based tokens that Reddit is basically trying to initialize going forward. Another news that we got is with respect to Busta Rhyme, one of the rappers in the game. Not sure if you guys know who Busta Rhyme is, but it's kind of like a trivial news, so I wouldn't really call this a substantive news. But based on his depictions around the B Word Summit, and as the word got out, Elon Musk is currently an investor in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and obviously Dogecoin. It inspired Busta Rhyme, the rapper, to buy Bitcoin, and he does have an aspiration to potentially look into Ethereum and adopt or purchasing Ethereum in the near future as well. So obviously, some positive news, but again, these are non-substantive news. It's just kind of reinforcement with a different pseudo flavor, if you may, right? And also on top of weekend affectation that we are currently experiencing right now, right? Ever since hitting that $2,095.11 level, today's all-time high, we didn't get all the way up to the 2,100, which is the level that is the flat number level, and then 2,150. We didn't get that at all. So I would say we were able to test the 2,100 because 2,095 were relatively close, but obviously we didn't have the sustainable pressure that allows us to break through that to leap up to the next level, right? Despite the positive news that we've had today, and also with the positive affectation we've had in the previous days from the B-Word Summit, and the media kind of spin, and also international side of the world picks up again on that double whammy effect. So I'm gonna go through technical analysis again to see what is the level of resistance that we should be going down to, right? For this weekend, knowing the fact that we are in the mid of the weekend affectation that's expected to rate until tomorrow around like 5 p.m. Eastern time. So we have some time left, right, on the clock. So what are the level of resistance we potentially could get down to from the current level that we're at right now? And what are the levels should we be buying now? Or should we be waiting off a little bit more of a sell-off? Or are we going to see more of a pump coming forward ahead of the FOMC meeting? And obviously, with respect to some of the earnings, from a lot of the large cap stocks that we expect to happen next week, that could have a little bit of a reverse of anti-correlation effect that could, percolate into the stock price going forward as well. So stay tuned, stick around, let's make some money. All right, so moving on to the technical analysis for Ethereum ticker ETH, I'm recording at 5:21 p.m. on the Eastern time, basically like 30 minutes away from the market closing on the equity side of the house. And let's take a look at the equity market real quick, despite some sell we've had in the equity sector. But with respect to the overall market, with respect to SPY, we could see that we're kind of neutral again, but relatively high, up today. And also with respect to NASDAQ, we're relatively up again as well. So we do have some anti-correlation effect that's happening. We are definitely bullish on the NASDAQ side of the house, but also on the SPY as well. We are slowly crossing up. So this is a very bullish signal that we should be experiencing more leap up coming. But this could be broken because of the FOMC meeting that's happening on 27th, 28th next week. So something to watch out for. And with respect to Ethereum, obviously, with respect to weekend affectation and also the consecutive days of positive pressure we've had so far from the B-Word Summit affectation, we are just taking some profit. I think people are just securing profit because of the weekend coming up, but all because of the fact that we did break through the 2,000. And I know a lot of people, including myself, and hopefully yourself as well, that bought at the 1750 because that was the level that we've identified. And I keep mentioning this over and over again for the last 2.5 weeks so far. 1750 is a level to dollar cost average, right? And for us, the lucky ones actually bought in. I bought in 2 Ethereum, and I'm still holding because my cost average is still relatively low. that if you sold at the 2000, which I know some of the my friends here on YouTube are doing that right now. So congratulations again on you securing profits, right? And knowing the fact that you currently are hovering around like the $2015 level, down about 2% so far, we are basically levitating, right? We are not really in a specific level of consolidation. We are just trending in one direction, but it takes some time to percolate towards that direction, right? So I think we have a propensity to go down a little bit more, obviously to the $2,000 level, which is the flat number of psychological resistance level. But I think the likelihood of actually get down to like the 1960, 1950, but 1963 is more of a specific number, will be likely for us to get there, and we might even get to the 1900 by basically tomorrow, and then recuperate by Sunday. But Sunday is a wild card, right? Because like most of the time Sundays are the recuperation days. We typically rebound from the two consecutive sell days on Friday and Saturday. So we have to kind of watch how that's gonna go, because if we have a black swan news that comes out, that could subsequently reverse the trend. So that's something we have to watch out for. But to dollar cost average is to risk mitigate, and this is how you risk mitigate by looking at the brackets, the frames of patterns that we have within these basically identified brackets that we've identified between these lines, right? So again, $2,000, 1960, 1950, depending on how comfortable you are, and 1900 will be the level to dollar cost average going forward. Right, just to recap all numbers in technical analysis, again, right, we are between the level of $2,050 and $2,000, right? We are at the like $2,015 if I'm looking at the chart right now. I think the likelihood of basically levitating down to the 2000 will be more likely because that's a flat number, and then we might consolidate from there. But because of the durations of the weekend affectation of the safe haven effects, because of the fact that we have pumped up for the last two consecutive days so far, I think 1950 would be possible if we have more people taking profit, which I know that a lot of people should be taking profit because we bought at the 1750, so you're up like quite a lot right now, right? So depending on obviously how many Ethereum you bought in, but so that's something to be mindful of, and also on top of the fact that Sunday is a kind of a wild card at the FOMC meeting, right? So something to watch out for. But long term wise, 9,800 with 20% corporate adoption, 4.8 times your money. If you think about this like the next 3 to 5 years, or at minimal like in 2 years, will be very logical going forward. Right. So that's it for today. Respect my technical analysis on Ethereum Ticket ETH again. I know it's my second time, and I really appreciate you guys for watching up until this point. You guys are truly diligent investors, and this is why you're going to be very successful in the future. With the hard work, with some understanding with respect to the technical analysis, the right attitude, and have that growth mindset of being frugal, save up, and continue to invest into assets that appreciate going forward. This is how you're going to be building long-lasting generational wealth going forward. I really appreciate you for being part of this journey going forward. And let me know if you have any questions in the meantime with respect to the analysis that we went through together, or if there was anything unclear, happy to clarify for you if you may. But hope you guys have a great rest of the Friday or your weekend, or if it already happens already. I know it's probably weekend or Saturday internationally for some countries right now. But hopefully you guys have a good night or good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. And stay tuned for things coming up. Take care. Bye.